Hello, everybody. My name is Adam, and I am on a quest to be the most prolific reviewer of all time. And to do so, I literally review everything: books, movies, podcasts, plays, television movies from 1985 starring um, great ladies of the theater and the cinema, which is this. This is 1985's Murder with Mirrors. And this movie, as I just mentioned, is a television movie. It came out in 1985 and it stars Helen Hayes in her final film role and Bette Davis. So, why did I even watch this, you might be wondering? Because I wanted to watch a lot of Bette Davis films, and I watched films in the beginning of her career, in the middle of her career, and this is definitely a film at the end of her career. And this is also at the end of Helen Hayes' career, but I think Helen Hayes is a woman who had this hugely influential career on American stage. I think she debuted in 1925 and she retired from acting in 1971 because she was allergic to the dust on the stage. So, and she had like multiple awards. I think that she was the first EGOT winner, I believe Wikipedia says that. Let's see. Helen Hayes. Ba, 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 ba. Up, Wikipedia, up. Yeah, she was the second person to win and the first woman to win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony Award. Yeah, so she was like hugely influential in American theater. And of course, Bette Davis is Bette Davis, hugely influential in cinema, probably the first actual real actress. And if you don't know what I mean by that, then actress in cinema, let's be clear, American cinema, Hollywood cinema. So if you don't know what I mean by that, like go and check out my other reviews of some of her other work. But should you watch this movie, this television movie? Well, let me put you in a bit of more suspense and tell you what it actually is. So this is a Miss Marple mystery, and it's basically everything you can imagine of a stereotypical British whodunit. This is what this is. So basically, there's a murder, and there's this big house, and there's an inspector who gets everybody in the same room and then interviews them separately. And the only maybe variation on the theme is that Miss Marple, who is played by Helen Hayes, she is not the main investigator. She's helping the investigation. And she just happens to overhear very crucial details about the plot of murder that abounds everywhere. And Bette Davis's character is actually, it kind of works for her. She is this really old lady who is out of the loop and a bit loopy, because she is maybe not losing her mind, but she is. Some people think that she's being poisoned by arsenic, but she's just getting old. And she has a few scenes with Helen Hayes and her. And I think the sad part is like I respect Bette Davis as an actress, and but she's not acting at all here. She's just saying her lines because she's old. And it works because she's a dignified old lady. And Helen Hayes is also a dignified old lady. Although Helen Hayes still has the spark, right? So this is her last movie, but you can still see that she really enjoys what she's doing. And Bette Davis, I don't know if she enjoyed this or not, but there's nothing like interesting about her performance, right? And I think that Helen Hayes and Bette Davis were about the same age when this movie came out. Yeah, so should you watch it? God, no. God, no. This is like, it's not. So the performances of Helen Hayes and Bette Davis are not interesting enough to carry this movie. And the movie is like, so it's like basically like paint by numbers. And imagine a 2-year old has like you know like those paint by numbers for adults, right? So imagine a 2-year old has painted has gotten their hands on one of these paint by numbers for adults and has tried to paint by numbers, and this is the wreck that this movie is. And it's not even interesting from a so bad it's good kind of point. You have these great actresses, right? And they're forced to be in scenes of these people who are like completely overacting in the most pointless way possible. So, Bette Davis was accused of being of overacting when she was, in her prime and during different movies, but I think that Bette Davis's overacting is always makes sense in the terms of the character, right? It's never like just a random line to say like "Hello, Mr. Smith" or whatever, but here it seems like the characters of in this movie are overacting like with lines like "Hello, good morning." It's just bad. Bad, 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 bad. And yeah, I would not recommend it. I think, is it the worst Bette Davis film? That's an interesting question because I've watched films that I didn't like of Bette Davis. So I think that there are 3 Bette Davis films that are in contention for the worst that I've seen so far. One is The Man Who Stayed for Dinner. 2 is Deception. And 3 is Murder with Mirrors. And I would say, like, this is the worst one. And because I think like Bette Davis's performance is completely irrelevant, right? And it's not like she's doing a bad or good job. She's just there. And I think in the other 2 movies, maybe the first one is not so much Bette Davis's fault. It's like how the character was written, and people do like that movie. And I think that Deception is also not exactly her fault, but at least those 2 movies are more focused on Bette Davis's character. So this is the worst one by far. So you don't need to watch it unless you're weird like me and you want to watch all Bette Davis's movies. All right, so I'd give it like a 2 out of 10. All right, if you like my reviews, please give me a like and subscribe on this video. I'm trying to get to 250 subscribers by the end of January. I have 220, so I think it's completely possible. And I'm also on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, please give me a follow on Spotify because this is a podcast as well. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.